Welcome to Inspirational Leadership and our series on leaders' self-care, and we're up to video number 8 in this series. And we've been looking at how to take care of yourself. What are the positive things that you need to do? We've said spiritually, physically, and attitudinally there are things that we need to do. And this is really just about practically. What are some of the practical things that you can do so that as a leader you will take care of yourself in the midst of ministry? And the first is this: to manage your accessibility. What do I mean by that? The trouble is that Christian leaders often feel like they have to be accessible to everybody all of the time. If people ring, Facebook you, call you, text you, you've got to be there, you've got to respond. And one of the other things too is many of you watching these will not be in paid ministry roles, you'll be voluntary leaders. And the problem with being a voluntary leader is that the people who are all your friends are now the people that you lead. And the line between friendship and leadership and ministry is terribly blurred. And the problem with all of that is that either they feel like you're with your friends all the time, or the downside is you feel like you're actually a leader all the time. So manage your accessibility. Find some space where you are on your own or away from those people that you lead, so you can just be yourself. Secondly, take control of your time. It's really important to take control of your time. Here's a novel thought: buy a diary. Or use an electronic one on your phone or your computer. But control your time. In the process of controlling your time, make sure that you don't become the kind of master to everybody else around you and they push your time around. You need to work out how you control your time best. Use your diary, plan ahead. Thirdly, deal with conflict. Conflict is just such a part of leadership, and if you're leading anything, there's always those, even if they're the best friends, they'll disagree with you at some point in time. There'll be some sort of argument or disagreement, and then you'll be stuck in conflict. Many people are conflict avoiders. They hate conflict, like all of us do. Not only unwell people like conflict. And so the way of dealing with it is just to pretend it's not there. If I just ignore it, it'll go away. And all it does is it churns up within inside you, and you're constantly dealing with it, and it saps your energy. You know, if you're in a place of conflict with somebody, pray about it, and then do what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 18, 15 and 16. Go and talk to them. If it doesn't work out, get some other people involved. But whatever you do, deal with conflict. And fourthly, simply, try and spend as much time as possible working in your area of strength. It's a great idea and it's kind of hard to do. But work out what you're good at. Like, what are you passionate about? What kind of gets you out of bed? What are the areas where people go, gee, you do that well? You know, that you get that feedback and you know that this is an area of strength. Because I find for me that if I work in my area of strength, it doesn't feel like work. If I work in my area of strength, I love doing it. And the times when I feel most sapped emotionally, physically, in my life, spiritually, is when I'm actually not in my area of strength. Now, this is not going to happen overnight. It takes a long time, sometimes even months and months and months. But whatever you do, find a way where you can spend as much time as you possibly can working in your area of strength. Remember this though, every leadership role, just like every job in life, has areas of it that you don't like. And you can't avoid them. You're never going to spend 100% of your time enjoying every moment of your leadership role. So don't avoid the difficult times, but work in your area of strength as much as possible. So here's the action under the practical title of taking care of yourself. Think through the practical side of how you do your ministry role. Practically, what do you need to change?